Welcome back, NBA 2K family. Today we're going to dive into my personal take and some things that I think can help the game. I haven't had a chance to get with the community. We're going to be doing that. If you're watching this later on, we're going to have a lot of cool community get-togethers in the X space, something that I've done a while ago. We would have community feedback every single day, but we're going to be doing that as much as possible on all the platforms. You're going to be able to join through the Discord or through x.com to have a chat with us and get into some of the topics as we go. But with that being said, let's dive down the rabbit hole right now and talk about some of the things that I feel we should be addressing and having conversations about with this game. And you're going to be watching some very cool NBA 2K League footage because I want to try to educate you guys on some of the key components of people spreading the floor, people, setting great picks and using the picks properly, and just having the fundamentals overall as we go. But all right, here it goes. So we're checking out at the moment the season pass, right? One of the big conversations is, are these rewards worth it for you to grind all the way through? Is it something you love? If you love the game, you love the game, right? And if you have a community, friends that you play with, you'll play the game more. But the question is, in the conversation about what are the best rewards. Recently, I had a couple of people like Badge Plug and Lily basically talk about some of the stuff that they're interested in. I haven't got to see their videos yet. I'm assuming I'll probably touch on some of it maybe, but I have my own ideas, so that's why I didn't want to watch their stuff yet. But they broke some stuff down on Twitter talking about the topic, and I got into the discussion with them about it as well, saying, yes, we have to communicate as a community. But these rewards, the question is, are they worth it? I honestly feel that shouldn't be the conversation anymore. They're going to do what they're going to do with the rewards, okay? And that's okay. But what I do want to talk about, and some of the things that we want to look into and really go down the rabbit hole for me, is these type of things, okay? When you look at this game, you have Pro-Am, you have the Rec, Theater, and then a couple of other modes like Ante Up and so on, right? I personally want leaderboards for each mode where you can actually get in there and be at the leaderboards and them display it, as well as rewards, just like the season pass for each mode specifically. You see how Pro-Am, for example, has the rank system and it has its own setup. This is kind of what I want for all the modes in a different way, with actual, in-game rewards and special rewards for that specific mode. And, a legend for that specific mode is something that I would love to see, even for this 3-on-3 beachfront. Imagine, like, I pretty much never played. I played once in here. I lied. I played once with friends, but I barely play on this mode. And it's not to say that it's bad. There's not really a mode. It's just a court. But imagine they had some beach attire or some tie in there. You could be the legend of this beach if you can have the most wins and get in the leaderboards and do kind of like the top 10 type of thing, but a different system where it's just something simple. Okay. That's what I want personally. Same thing with affiliations, where they have this system right now with the rewards, but a deeper layer where you're going to add more wanting to play in that specific one. So an example is, okay, well, I'm not on Rise. No disrespect to my man SmackDown. I call him SmackDown. But he's amazing. He's an awesome guy. But I rather play on my team, of course. But if they said, hey, if you play on the rivals, you're gonna get special rewards. If you win this mini game, do this much. And it's kind of like challenges in a way that I can accomplish on each of these modes. All of a sudden, I'm playing at Rise all the time because I want to get those rewards, and it's specifically there, and so on. Now, you can do that with offline modes as well, and basically, you're going to make people play every mode all the time, having different things consistently on there. And yeah, people will finish them fast. We're a little bit sweaty, but the point is this is going to be a very cool thing to do, in my opinion, to add some flavor to the game and make it even more exciting to want to jump into different things. Because I'm the type of player, I play on different builds, but I don't get a reward for playing a different build. I play point guard mostly, but when we have like 2 point guards or more on the team and everybody's like, oh, I don't want to switch, I'm like, all right, I'll switch and I'll play my center, I'll play something else to help the team out, but I don't get a reward for that either. So another one of my ideas is reward specific for that specific position. So if you do a lot of things in the center, you're going to get certain rewards, certain unlocks, and it is based off challenges. Doing certain things like that are going to just give you little things. Okay, I don't care if it's VC, and we'll get into rewards conversation a little more later, but the point is that to me will make me make more builds. Now 2K is going to get money out of this, right? Because now all of a sudden everybody's going to make builds. Personally, I make a different build every year, a bunch of builds, just to be able to have the versatility and have fun playing different positions. So I enjoy that, just basketball wise. But if you're telling me I'm going to get, whatever amount of VC, or doing this certain stuff, getting to 99 plus getting, 2,000 whatever rebounds or this or that, and all of those achievements, and playing on a specific mode and doing this and all that, each of them I'll end up playing even more of the game. And so this is my idea for us players. Now, the question that I'll leave for the comments that you guys can give me the real answer that you feel is best, because this is a tough conversation, is the rewards. Are the rewards worth it to do something like that? Right now, we will argue about the actual rewards that are in the season pass and say, oh, it's worth it, it's not worth it. Oh, that's cool, I like that, I don't like that. Whatever your feelings, there's no wrong answers, right? Like, what you like is what you like. But just imagine all of this here every year, regular rewards we get, and then they'll throw in different variants of different things, where if you get to level, let's say 36, you get this helmet, but you want it in green. Well, guess what? You can unlock that by doing the extra challenge or whatever. And so there's extra challenges in the different modes. It's going to add value to all of this, because now I'm going to get this mech suit in purple, green, whatever color my team is, right? And then the same thing with all these other aspects. It's like, okay, well, I can get variants of this if I go play that specific mode and unlock it from there. Okay, so this is just going to add more to it, I think, on a fun casual tip. But as far as competitive, the leaderboards for each mode, not your individual leaderboards. I'm talking about that you can see who's up there, and then you can have your friends and say, okay, well, who's the top dog here? And run through all of the different modes, leaderboards in there. And I know there's a lot of work, and I'm just spitballing some of my general thoughts and ideas of what should be or what could be. But that's something I personally like, and that would be a lot of fun. And to kind of touch on that, we've seen it in some of these modes, like, hey, you got to get this many rebounds, blocks, or this or that, and they've had these things already implemented in different ways, so it's not like I'm asking for something new or revolutionary. I think it'll be fun and interesting. And now to touch on another topic that I do think should happen is giving the players the league mode that we've discussed, where full-time players can play with the league builds. They can make them themselves, of course, but if you want a player to get good and to become a league player and make the league bigger and expand it in whatever way, then you definitely gonna want people to play with that. Because if you're gonna let me create my demigod build where it can be a center and a point guard, it can I'm gonna make that every year, which I tend to do. Even though I'll make a true point guard, a true center, I also have those demigods. But if I want to compete in the league, I would rather play with the builds that they use and not cheese the game with a build that I have that can do everything. That makes sense. So it's one of those conversations, and personally, I would love that they made it a game mode, basically its own section in the NBA 2K city, where you go into the city and you're able to actually just walk right up to the league and do your own thing in there. And at the moment, you know, you have things that are very cool, like the event center, you have the Mamba moments, you have my team area, but you have the actual league where you play that mode. And these are just some thoughts, general ideas, things that I personally love. I did not write any of this down. This is like freestyled off the top of my head, if you haven't noticed. But those are just the ones that I've been sitting on, feeling. Now, there's a lot more, but I didn't want to make this video too long. I do want your thoughts on some of the stuff I'm saying, but also share what you feel. And I'm going to do a part 2 breaking down some of what the community's been asking for after I look at some videos and see what they're saying about what they want for the future. That is not exactly what I want specifically, to be honest with y'all, because to me, man, I don't know. I love a strong game. I want people to be overpowered on defense and on offense. That's kind of one of my main points personally. And what I mean by that is, like, yeah, if you can break my angle and you're good enough, you got to be very skilled at it. But if you can hit that specific angle to throw me off and break my ankle, fine. And then at the same time, if I'm smart enough to reach and not get call a foul called on me or anything, or get crossed up, they should make that very penalizing on both sides. And that's something I want to see, but it's not good for casuals, because then they're going to get frustrated when there's a great player. So that's a different conversation about gameplay. We'll get into all that. But I want to get your feedback, your thoughts. Please share it. By the way, I do have a video kind of touching on some community stuff and the NBA playoffs. So go check that out right now. Appreciate you.